Welcome and always watch a life saga to grow with us. We are always here to deliver the rightful news and correct the injustices as well as share the sagas that happen around the globe, not just in Kenya but around Africa and other nations. So of course currently there's a lot of saga going on in the country, and this relates to the governors and the senators. So the senatorial group of the auditors who are going around checking on different kiddies within counties has finally been rendered unfit. And one of the figures that is being mentioned mostly is SIFUNA. Why SIFUNA? Of course, SIFUNA has also been indicated unfit and wanted by ODM because of his fractural structures that he's using in ODM. Is he working alone? Not at all. If we confirm in the videos and in activities he's conducting, of course, he has a backing behind him. And not just the members of ODM like Babu, Winnie, among others, but the backing comes also from citizens. Now, check out just on the few meetings that he had recently, including Nairobi and Busia, among others. Now, let's check on this. Now, what is happening? Is this a fracture that is being created by the government, or is it self-driven by ODM? On the other hand, why are the governors meeting and declaring SIFUNA unfit for this auditorial team? Is it because Kenyans don't just like people who say the truth or who talk bluntly? Or is it out of malice or out of need to hide the truth? Now let's go after it and check on what exactly is happening. So welcome once more, and keep subscribing to the channel, like the videos, and let's keep up. This is a real channel that shares what happens every day, every moment, and we keep you updated as well as do analysis of what is going around us, because when you look at the politics around us, they are the most eroded before we get to anything else. So let me show you a video here, and after that we can move on. All right, so this is a morning. It's 10th of February. So the month is running so fast with so many activities going on. Let's see how far we can go. This video is going to take about 20 minutes because it's morning. I must also prepare for work. But before that, let's check on this.
Or your requisition process. It took only a few hours of a Senate grilling for Kenya's governors to decide they'd had enough of the heat. Immediately we feel like our intelligence is being insulted. We become very agitated. Kindly just answer the question. You are the ones who have given us these figures. Is it feasible that really in a day in Kitui? Now the Council of Governors are reaching for the nearest emergency exit.
There's no need of naming them. They know themselves. In SIPAC, they know themselves.
But the question on everyone's mind is, what on earth did Edwin SIFUNA and his colleagues do this time? You see, on February 9th, the governors did what any wounded political animal does. They met, issued a statement, and accused specific Senate committees of escalating extortion, harassment, intimidation, and outright humiliation during routine oversight.
We even have bloggers covering Senate committees instead of the Senate official, communication team. Yeah? Senate is an august house. How do we allow bloggers to be the one covering what happens in there? And even before the governor steps out of that committee, we've seen intimidation of the auditors in that committee to incriminate specific governors, to incriminate governors. The auditor intimidated that at times he even says things contrary to what is in the audit report.
We are very specific that Council of Governors has no issue with the Senate. We even have no issue with all the Senate committees. We have a problem, not just the CIPA committee. We have a problem with 4 senators. They know themselves in the committee of CPAC of the Senate. Those 4 senators know themselves. And we are saying they are involved in extortionists, being extortionists. They harass governors, they intimidate them. They even use political maneuvers of keeping governors there the whole day, waiting to be seen without even communicating to them, hoping that the governors will be able to give in to their whim.
If that's not enough, the governors threatened that they would no longer appear before the Senate County Public Accounts Committee until the matter is addressed through formal talks with the Senate leadership.
And we are saying Senate is a house of noble men and women. There are other senators who can serve in that committee and will not appear in that CPI committee if and until when those senators and the leadership is changed, because they're the ones who are spoiling and they are making the Senate appear as if it is a place the serious business is not done, but instead we have political maneuvers that are underlined with personal interest.
While the governors are busy painting the Senate as a compromised gang of bullies, the Kenyan public is raising a skeptical eyebrow. If SIFUNA's brigade is truly shaking people down for bribes, why haven't we seen any names named? You see, the logic is simple. If you're being extorted, why not call out the individual senator and hand them over to the EACC?
It is not the whole Senate. It is just only 4 senators, and they know themselves. There's no need of naming them. They know themselves. 4 of them in CPI, they know themselves.
If this is a witch hunt, where is the official complaint to the relevant authority?
All right, guys. So if you have been watching the governors being during the ACC movements, you've seen some drama indeed. Some of the governors cannot account for the money they have used. They cannot tell us what they used for the millions of money that are lost and billions of money that are lost every now and then. So why are they finally turning to some of the people in the committee and indicate that they need to change? It's unfortunate that sometimes truth is bitter and people don't like being faced when they have done something they think is crappy. So they decide then to slip away from it like fish. And that's exactly what the governors are doing. They don't want to be grilled by senators who will make them come out on the limelight. And of course, they have raised accusations such as indications that senators have been calling upon bloggers to harass them, embarrass them. Would this be a structural process that senators have devised throughout the day that they have been using all over the place? We've been watching around as senators go about the country. In fact, the last 3 weeks, that is the exact duty that the senators have been disbanding. Of course, before the president came out and indicated that some governors have been eating a lot of money from his pocket and not delivering the services that he needs, or rather distributing the money equally, we already saw the drama. Governors had been used as tools to actually acquire money from him and pass some laws without thinking what their consequences are. It's funny that they always say you dig a hole, or rather a well, you will end up in it. But this is exactly what our leadership in Kenya do. They don't care what they do and what the consequences of their actions will be. What matters is that they pass a day and they pocket money. And the trend has been clear. Checking at all the governors that have been grilled, including the governor of Busia, the governor of Kericho, the governor of Kitui, the governor of Marsabit, the governor of Bungoma, there are so many red flags that were raised. including governors pretending to have used millions in buying seedlings or seeds that they don't know the difference of the two, buying Christmas tree at 2 million, and also losing some billions to companies that are proxies and not even known well. Now, this is the trend that citizens don't like because money is lost and there is heavy tax on their chain. KRA has declared that 30,000 is not taxable. Yet, that means that if anyone earns above 30, tends to pay heavy taxes. Any money that comes into the account is indicated to be taxed and rather to be qualified its source for somebody to actually survive taxing. Do you know what this means? It means there is double taxing, and any business that someone engages in, they'll have to pay heavily for it. Now, let's turn the tables and look at the governors. Are they clean? If you check around on statistics, even if they think they are being harassed, most of them don't want to answer questions. They avoid the questions that they are being asked. And if you want to know the truth about this, go about and check all the videos on how the governors have been evading questions during the process of councils. Should about and reveal this information. It's an eye-opener for the citizens since 2020 tables and pick the leaders who are doing it right. Why then are senators turning aggressive and coming out to meet even when they don't agree each other ideologically in political terms? Now, Mnatembea stands just close to Duale and Duale close to another, declaring that they are being witch-hunted. Is this really witch hunt? Let's proceed with this. Wewe, can you hurry up?
Authorities.
We cannot go on like that. So as a council, we've said enough is enough on this matter, and we'll engage the leadership of the Senate. If we have to go back to court to interpret what oversight is and what those appearances should entail, what political responsibility of governors is, we are willing to go back to court. But it cannot be and will not be business as usual. I thank you.
We are being extorted is not just a political complaint. It is an accusation. And accusations, last we checked, comes with receipts or at least a willingness to identify the cashier.
If and until when those senators and the leadership is changed, because they're the ones who are spoiling and they are making the Senate appear as if it is a place the serious business is not done, but instead we have political maneuvers.
The committee currently causing such discomfort for our county chiefs is led by Senator Moses Kajwang, who happens to be the chair, and Senator Jones Mwaruma, alongside Edwin Sifuna, Samson Cherargei, and others.
In a day in Kitui, that there are 5 trucks only, the basis was up. The answer is a straightforward no. We are not fools.
And this is a brigade that has been putting governors on the spot over alleged misconduct and the mismanagement of public funds in their counties, asking the kind of questions that make prepared speeches collapse and budget lines start sweating.
Now, is the problem the questions they ask or how they ask? That is what I may ask you. If you've been watching these councils, I would want to see your comments dropped. If you believe that they are actually being a witch hunt gang, or people who are selfish in extortion, then this is a claim that should be taken to court. But why are governors indicating this in a brief? They are not even ready to mention names. But you can see clearly that among the people who are active in engaging the governors is Cherargei, we have Sifuna, Kajwang himself, and sometimes other people. So who are the 4? We will ask ourselves, but we can guess already the 3. That is Sifuna, Kajwang, and the 4th, of course, can be got from the list. And recently, we saw one of them boycotting. That is the Tharaka Nithi governor. Mbarire was also questioned. We saw the governor of Marsabit questioned, and many others. The questions that they were asked were very clear about accountability. This is a routine that happens even in schools and other institutions yearly. What is the problem with you being questioned why some money is not accounted for? Why some organizations are not known? Why there are proxy governments, proxy institutions being paid? Why some things are bought at an exorbitant price? Is that really extortion? If I don't know the definition of extortion, then I would doubt what extortion is. But I exactly understand what extortion means. Extortion would mean that these senators demand money from the governors so that they grill them comfortably. But if you check around the globe, all the places where Sifuna, Kajwang, Cherargei and his team, Maruma among others, have been going, they have been straightforward and doing the same thing, duplicated. Now, the governors demand that these four should be dropped for them to continue. Have they finally dealt with the rest of the committee? Do they feel like the rest are soft and they can do an easier process? Exactly what many Kenyans would want to know. What is it that they want to be done? Their problem, one of the complaints is that this committee allows the bloggers to go about and report the situation. So is the problem the reporting or is the problem the grilling? Which of this? So the governors want to define the rules of the game. And yet, accountability is not something they are supposed to actually dictate how they are questioned. It is simple. If they do the right thing, if they use their money the right way, if they are accountable and transparent, then there will be no need to really question them so much. The records will speak for themselves. Sometimes we've had the accountability officers in their places speaking. So if a governor has been observing the right process, they don't need anyone even to grill them. Instead, their officers will be answering questions straight and they'll take the shortest time. I've heard in many situations when Sifuna or Kajwang says it seems we are going to take a longer time here, based on the agenda or the difficulties of the situation they are questioning. So is this the problem of senators or governors? Just think about it, audience. What do you think? Is this really a serious process that governors want? Will it come to pass, or is it just an evasion? Most times, leaders like to evade. They now realize that their cow cash is softly being removed from their mouth, and the citizens are seeing how porous the system of gubernatorial position is, as many of them have turned the offices into places to benefit and gain themselves. Do we really have leaders who can be accountable? Anyway, away from that, Sifuna is not just wanted in this senatorial group of accountability. He is also demanded in terms of ODM. And of course, we can see an ODM civil war going on, with Ruto ordering Badi to deal with Sifuna and many others. And so we've seen a war against them. Yesterday, Kajwang said that if the governors think that he is not a good chair, then he's going to relent the services to Sifuna and they deal with him. Which one is which? Of course, the two already are among the four groups, if I am not really mincing my words. But anyway, let's get to see the ODM civil war now and how Sifuna is unwanted again. Charles Kauka, welcome.
Elders who dance with the youths must embrace the dust. They have unknowingly written ODM's post-Raila script. Because yesterday in Busia, Edwin Sifuna and his Linda Wananchi crew danced. Now Ruto's camp is coughing uncontrollably.
Secretary General of the party. It was National Governing Council at Orange House, which I chaired. I'm the one who proposed his name. Winners of that opinion say aye. And people said aye. Those who are of the contrary opinion say
hello, Charles Kauka. I'm very fine. My night was well. And I've woken up fine. That's why I'm able to do this reaction just before I go to work.
To be our Secretary General. Because we thought he was the right person. People from Western did not want Sifuna to be the Secretary General. And he was made Secretary General by National Governing Council all the way from 2018 to 2022 is when the National Delegates Conference sat. There was no NDC which ratified SIFUNA's SG position until the last, when we were approaching the general election of 2022.
The drama started on 8th February when Sifuna alongside James Orengo, Babu Wino, and other ODM rebels surfed through Busia and unveiled the Linda Mwananchi Brigade.
Busia oye! Busia oye! Busia oye!
The movement meant to protect ODM from being married off to President William Ruto's government.
Vijana oye! Nimeona Wakamba wamekataa kupewa siruari. Wakikuyu wamekataa kupewa siruari. Waluya mnakubali kutoa siruari. Wajaluo ambao wako hapa mnakubali kutoa siruari. Jadala wa uyama na siruari. Kikosi ambayo mnaona hapa, hii ndio jeshi ya baba. Na ni timu ya kulinda mwananchi kutokana na ukora ya Kasongo, kutokana na ushuru ya Kasongo, kutokana na wizi ya Kasongo, kutokana na ufisadi ya Kasongo, kutokana na dhuluma ya Kasongo. Kama hamjui viongozi ambao umefika hapa.
All right, Charles Kauka, thank you so much for checking on me. I'm very fine and my night was well. That's why I've woken up fresh to be able to do this reaction just before the day starts. Sometimes I'm too busy writing my books, working on the articles. I do some articles on Opera News. Please keep watching me also over there. My articles are so many there with Priska Mutwenje as my name. So keep checking on me. And I'm also working so much on the other channel that is Edutainment for Us. So that's why sometimes I tend to have scarce time. So guys, I'm so happy that in the morning as I did this for 20 minutes, you kept. Sifuna is actually a wanted person and declared unfit in both ODM and the council of, the council that normally does the accountability aspects and checks on governance. So is this actually a way to render him politically unfit, or what is the war? Sifuna is a kind of personality that speaks and doesn't really mind what he says. While in Busia, he indicated that he's ready to die and people know his home. So if he dies, then they can go bury him. Were these words sieved? He doesn't sieve his words. So people don't like such people. I can tell you for free. Anytime you speak so bluntly, people feel irritated. Some people are also threatened and they wonder where you got that courage. So when Buddy comes out to declare that Sifuna was not going to see the light of the day unless he proposed him, and that the Western people did not want him, this is a statement that comes with intentions. Has he been sent by the president to finish Sifuna? The claims about Sifuna being killed are also circulating on social media. Who said this? How did he know it? Has he had any threats? Has he shared with the CID? Or where are the claims coming from? So I'm so appreciative to hear you, drop some comments and come by. And I think that we have to keep on, engineering, or rather working through this day and night, because there are so many sagas out there. There are so many political dramas out there. We have to investigate and understand where they're coming from, where they're heading to. But I appreciate all of you for watching me this morning. I have to prepare for work because by 8:30, 8:40, I have my first task. So guys, keep watching me also on Edutainment for Us, my other channel that has grown a little bit than this one. And then you can also read my articles on Opera News Hub. I keep posting every day as Priska Mutwenje, some different topics, from political to celebrity to family and many others. Bye-bye for now. I appreciate you. Thank you and good day. Adios.